Or- All right, Amelia, you need to do your test.
I do. Am I able to take it today?
Yes, you do. So just log in to the AP Classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to do both the MCQ and the FRQ. The FRQ is one question, but it has parts.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. Hey, everybody else. How you doing? Good, good, good. All right. I have a question that I'm hoping is showing up. We're going to watch a video because we're just going to have a light day today. I'm not assigning. We're going to start biodiversity on Friday because that goes with next semester, next quarter. But I wanted to kind of have a light day today. So I do have a question. It should be on your to-do list that says Galapagos Islands and Charles Darwin. So if you could take 5 minutes to look at that. You're going to have to research it. Just take a few minutes to do that. And I'll repeat this in a minute because everybody's not here. But let me see if I can pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. All right. Um, and I'm working, this one I should, is clear. All right, so I'm working on getting these other ones graded and done for you all. I'll have that done by Friday. Can't promise I'll be doing today because I got 2 other exams to work on. Um, so what I want you to look at today, the next unit is biodiversity. And before we start that, I just wanted, like I said, to do something light today. So if you would click on that list at the bottom of on your to-do list. Let me come back over here because got 2 people coming in. I will say this, while nobody's failing. If there's anything that you can do to make your grade better, it has to be done today. Otherwise, it is what it is. Okay, so this activity is actually not going to be due with this semester. Oh, let's go. There we go. Because we're going to do Galapagos Island. We're going to do biodiversity uh, next week. However, just kind of as an introduction, we're going to watch. Oh my goodness, folks still coming. All right, I think I got everybody now. All right, good, good, good. All right, so just take a few minutes to look this question up. Who is Charles Darwin? And what are the Galapagos Islands? And what does Charles Darwin have to do with them? All right, so take a few minutes to do that. And then I have a short video that I'm going to show you on the Galapagos Islands. And you just have to watch. You don't have to take notes. Oh, I should. Okay, thank you. edit this. All right, you can be typing up, doing a little research while I fix this up. So many of the things that you all do requires that I put it in that I forgot to change this to that. Save. Easy fix. There we go. All right, it now has a submission box. All right, you're not writing a dissertation, you're just doing a quick research, answering who is Charles Darwin and what are the Galapagos Islands. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to show a video.
I think my heart just stopped beating.
All right, so I'm just going to pause and leave it there for now. In fact, I'm going to stop sharing and I'll come back to that in a sec while I do attendance. So you answer the question and I'll come back with the video as soon as I finish attendance. All right, good, good. Everybody's here. So with the exception of Amelia, everybody should be answering your Charles Darwin question. Got another 2 minutes and I'll show the video. All right, so I asked you to look up Charles Darwin because his studies on the Galapagos Islands are, I want to say, pioneering in the discussion of biodiversity. So that's why. And the video is a current day video tour of the Galapagos Islands, but you needed to know, while they are going to mention a brief history, you needed to know what the connection with biodiversity is and why we are looking at it.
This place is just... I'm Liz Bonnen, a wildlife biologist with a passion for our planet. Now, I'm returning to one of my favorite places on Earth to show you just how amazing it is. Join me on my 5-day National Geographic Lindblad expedition through the Galapagos to snorkel with sea lions, visit ancient giants, and spot flying thieves.
You have to experience that.
Uncovering what makes this place so special and why it needs to be protected.
So that you can fall in love with it, just like I did. Good morning. Welcome to the Galapagos. I've traveled over 7,000 miles to get here, but I'm finally here. This is Baltra Island, where we landed, and over there is the National Geographic Islander 2. It's going to be my home for the next week. I'm excited now. I'm ready to get on board. Gracias. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Because much of the team on board is local, they're the perfect guides to help us uncover what makes these islands so extraordinary. Traveling through this archipelago with a small footprint requires an adapted vessel, and this one is compact enough to reach hidden corners, letting me see, do, and learn more. First up, I'll take advantage of the open bridge policy and meet the captain.
Captain. Hello. Very nice to meet you.
Yes.
This looks very complicated.
No, it's very easy.
Behind these controls is a simple mission. From reduced speed to precise mooring, these systems help to preserve the waters Captain Garcia loves.
How does it feel to be from Ecuador, showing people this absolute magical place?
Galapagos inspires. It's a place I enjoy. Same day with my team. My team is perfect.
When you speak about Galapagos, your face lights up.
Yes, this is the Enchanted Island.
Oh, Captain Garcia, you describe it so beautifully.
The enchanted Galapagos consists of 13 main islands and over 100 smaller islets and rocks. Today, we're heading to Santa Cruz to find an iconic but elusive creature. First, though, we're passing an island that helped to further our understanding of life itself.
Amazing. This is Daphne Major, tiny on the map, but monumental in terms of science, because back in the 1970s, biologists Rosemary and Peter Grant studied Darwin's finches on that very island, coming back every season for 40 years.
If you've heard of Darwin's finches, it all started in Galapagos. These birds played a big part in inspiring his theory of evolution. And over a century later, the Grants set out to test that theory. They discovered that changes in rainfall and food availability led to rapid changes in beak sizes, proving that animals evolved to adapt to their environments even faster than first thought. Part of the magic evoked by Captain Garcia is that here you can see animals up close. Time to step onto my first island, Santa Cruz. This is one of the largest islands in the Galapagos and home to some of its first inhabitants, who aren't always easy to find. The island's elevation and rainfall resulted in this once barren volcanic landscape becoming covered with vegetation, concealing the spiny creatures we're searching for. Fortunately, I've got some help.
That's one of the burrows there. This is where they spend the night.
So we know they are here.
There's another one here. Here's the burrow.
Beautiful. Yellow iguana burrow. But they're out of the burrow during the day. They come back around 5 or 6 in the evening. So right now, they're out and about. Two iguanas or?
Could be.
All I see is the
I
tail
think
print.
one is going that way, this one, and the other one going this way.
So it's an iguana going out to forage and coming back to its burrow.
Oh, there's one right there. It's actually in there.
Stop
But
it.
it's tucked in the vegetation.
These are amazing, resilient, ancient reptiles that arrived to the Galapagos many millions of years ago on floating rafts of vegetation, surviving what must be a treacherous journey. And they're really important ecosystem engineers to the Galapagos Islands. They disperse seeds, they keep the vegetation in check, they recycle nutrients, and they're doing relatively well in this part of Santa Cruz, hence the name Dragon Hill.
Dear future explorer, each night I'll write you a postcard to share what I've learned and why I love this place so much. My hope is that you'll be inspired to help preserve this amazing place too. Today, I was reminded that life can arrive by chance, find a way to survive, and become part of something greater. Tomorrow, I'll dive beneath the waves in search of a very graceful swimmer where the story of life's arrival here continues. We've travelled south to Champion Islet, home to some of the best snorkeling in the Galapagos.
The wildlife of the Galapagos is special because of volcanic activity and isolation, but also because of what happens beneath the waves. Two cold currents carrying lots of nutrients are stopped in their tracks by the Galapagos Islands, and upwelling takes place. So all those nutrients feed an entire marine food web, and that's why there is just so much interesting wildlife in the ocean. That was magical. It's the only word. Oh, just meeting eyes with a wild animal who just wants you to play. It's the most exhilarating wildlife encounter there is. And those words don't even cover it. You have to experience that.
I see yours is glitching.
More than 40 miles southeast of Champion Islet lies Española Island, where algae thrive in cool upwellings and lure a remarkable animal off the land and into the sea.
Charles Darwin didn't really like these guys. He called them imps of darkness. But you know what? If I had to pick one species that really blows me away in the Galapagos, it's these guys. Millions of years ago, when their land iguana ancestors arrived in Galapagos, there was very little food to go around in this barren volcanic landscape. And so some iguanas started wandering by the shoreline looking for food. And then they started going into the water. And this led to the evolution of this extraordinary species, the marine iguana, the only lizard in the world to spend time in the ocean. They've got these longer claws in order to hang on to the rocks in the currents so they can eat the algae. That's the food source that they found for themselves. They have these special nasal glands that help them to expel all the salt water that they ingest as they're eating algae. During El Niño years, when there's very little food around because the waters are too warm, they can actually shrink in size. I mean, literally shrink their skeletons. And then when the food returns, they grow again within a matter of months. I think that is absolutely extraordinary. And I mean, just look at the expression on their faces. They know they're badass.
The forces that shape this magnificent place aren't always obvious to see, but today I felt them. These waters pull life in from every direction, and they've pulled me into their magic too. Tomorrow, I'll explore one of the most beautiful sandy beaches in the archipelago. The ship stayed moored overnight, perfectly positioned to explore Española Island, but the animals had another plan for us.
Good morning. Oh my gosh. Classic of Galapagos. They just are not afraid of humans. And especially when they're this young, they're very, very curious indeed. And so you get to witness... Oh, now you're sneezing because of all the sand in your nose. You get to have wildlife experiences like this. I think my heart just stopped beating. We keep our distance from the wildlife. You have to stay away at least 6 feet. But this absolute precious little sea lion pup who's scratching away, completely unfazed by my presence. Sometimes they just come towards you. Hello. I think it might be confusing me for a sea lion. I'm not going to take that personally. I feel crazily lucky that I'm so close to you right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This place continues to blow me away, but that was extra, extra special. Thank you for the most special morning I could possibly have had. You know, when we're filming, we're always rushing around trying to capture as many magical moments as possible, to share as many stories of incredible places like these as possible. But the crew and I always try to remember to just take a moment for a couple of minutes to really connect with places filled with nature like this. And I think this is one of those moments. Come on, guys, let's do this. Hi. 2 minutes. Not bad view, eh? Just enjoying the day on Gardner Bay.
Today, the Galapagos extended an invitation, and we listened and paused. The most memorable moments in nature are when we are truly present. It's the 4th day of this amazing expedition, and we've traveled northeast to San Cristobal Island. Today, another member of the team will help us to find a whole new cast of characters, including some with spectacular feat.
This is really dramatic. I've not been to this part of San Cristobal before. Oh, this is very different again, isn't it? It's amazing.
Exactamente. Somebody referred to the islands as each island being a separate petri dish. Each island has different components and life evolves independently. These guys are playing hard to get today. Come on, wake up, guys. It's a cold morning, so they're staying in bed late now.
Many of the island's most captivating species are of the aerial variety, and there are thieves among them.
Check this out, check this out. Maybe it'll land somewhere here. Oh, it's gonna land. It's gonna land right there. Oh no.
And you're putting up your arm just in case it lands on your head?
Whoa!
Oh, it likes you, Salvador. Ooh.
It wants to take my hat.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep my arm up.
Maybe it thinks I'm a branch. Whoa, don't grab me though.
Oh, wow. It's young, it's just learning, it doesn't know. Oh, it's so beautiful. To see one so close, are you kidding me?
I love that the hook and bill that they have. Makes it easier to grab things when it's still.
Frigate birds, the pirates of the skies. They lack waterproof feathers, so they can't dive for food. Instead, they stay airborne for weeks, stealing meals. And the seabirds they steal from the most? The boobies.
There's one with the red feet.
Guys, our first boobies. Ooh, they're just... Nature is the best artist.
What we need now,
He needs to stand up so he can
Stand
show us
up.
its...
and show us your feet, please.
That's my first red-footed booby. And it's so beautiful. That's a young male. Sitting there, calling, looking to attract the ladies. What he'll do first is point his bill upwards and go, ah! It's pretty bad, but it's my best attempt to attract the female. And if she pays attention and wants to check him out, he will just gently just point his feet, showing off the red. And if it's nice and bright and red, he's proving to her that he's fit and healthy and that he's worth having offspring with. What I love about this part of San Cristobal is that you've got 3 different species of boobies, all living in harmony. The red-footed, they nest in the trees. The blue-footed, like this one over here, they nest on the ground. And then the Nazca, they nest on the cliff tops. And each species also feeds in a different part of the ocean at a different depth. So they don't compete for nesting habitat or food. Perfect balance. There's a lesson in there somewhere. Oh, it's back. Oh, now there's... Oh!
Oh my God.
Did you get that?
Today, we witness nature in harmony. 3 seabird species helping to maintain the balance of the island. It's a reminder of the interconnectedness of things, and that we all have a part to play in protecting Galapagos, no matter where we live. It's the final day of this unforgettable expedition, and as we disembark, the scenery is about to change dramatically once again. We're heading to the highlands of Santa Cruz in search of ancient reptiles that crossed paths with humans here centuries ago. Giant tortoises. They've roamed the earth for over 2 million years. If there was ever a primordial beast, this one is it.
They are really important animals, and we're really only beginning to understand just how every single species on the planet plays a role in keeping nature healthy.
These slow-moving grazers shape the very landscape around them. Eating the vegetation, they clear the way for new growth, and in the process, they scatter seeds, with some seeds only germinating if they pass through their bodies.
Overall,
Oh, hello.
someone's a little noisy back
Which
there.
end did that come out of?
The back end.
It's all the vegetation, Jonathan.
It is. I mean, it's all natural
It's
after
all the
all, right here, right?
Their numbers plummeted when, instead of eating their way through paradise, they became the menu.
They were nearly hunted to extinction during the time of the whalers, right?
Giant tortoises are thought to live over a year without food and water. It was an easy way to keep fresh meat for long navigations.
But an incredible effort in conservation is helping to turn their fate around.
Back in the days, we assumed we had up to easily over 300,000 tortoises in the Galapagos. Yeah. We barely make it over 65, maybe 70,000 tortoises today. And the reason being, I mean, we have a lot of the great efforts of the Galapagos National Park establishing breeding programs in some of the main islands.
And I love that, aside from conservationists, farmers, for example, are playing a role in taking care of this species by providing a freshwater pond, by raising their fences, working with nature. That's really lovely to see.
This is as good as it gets when it comes to giant tortoises in the highlands of Santa Cruz.
If I was a giant tortoise, this is where I would hang out.
It's a tortoise spa.
It's a,
That's what it is.
it's a tortoise spa.
My journey through the Galapagos is nearly over, but there's one last place I've always wanted to visit, so I can be part of something pretty special.
In 1835, Charles Darwin walked on this very beach. In fact, I am following the exact path that he took to a very special place in there. So this is Post Office Bay, and it's got a tradition that dates back to the 1800s. Whalers and then sailors used to leave their messages here in the hope that others passing by on their way home would take the messages and deliver them to their loved ones so they could share their stories of their adventures. And today, I get to add my stories. There's loads of them in here. Okay. It feels really special, actually. Do you know that feels really nice? Leaving my love letters to the Galapagos in this barrel, and hopefully somebody will pick them up and deliver them for me. I feel so incredibly lucky to have come back here again. I like to think of Galapagos as this precious jewel on our blue planet, testament to just how resilient and magnificent nature is, always finding a way to survive and thrive, given half the chance. What I've also seen here, along with the wildlife, are some of the most extraordinary humans pulling out all the stops to give Galapagos a bright future. And we are all deeply connected to that. No matter where we live, we can play a part in making sure that Galapagos continues to be as magical as it always was. Its story is still being written, and what happens next is up to us.
Okay. I saw that it was glitching a lot on your side. It is in your playlist if you should choose to take that journey again. But that was like a field trip. We don't get to do field trips, and so that was our mini field trip to the Galapagos Islands. That's a very expensive trip if you really, really wanted to do it, but it's a beautiful experience, they say, because that's where supposedly nature is untouched because there are no real serious human industries and things destroying the environment. So they are existing in nature as they should. All right, class is pretty much over. Again, you're welcome to log out. I will see you Friday, and we'll do biodiversity then. Okay, you even if you put it in the Dropbox, it's not going to show up on this side of the grade book because it's dated for next week, and that date is next semester, next term. So don't look for this this comment to show up on your grade book. Okay, so the last thing that should be in the grade book is the 9-week test, and then I have to check on those other things that you've submitted already. All right. All right, you all have a great rest of your afternoon. Oh, there's my thingy.